What's up, everyone? Happy Monday morning. It's Ozzie Guillén Jr. here with Mornings with the Guillens, part of the trio. So, hey, we hadn't checked in a while. Just want to let everybody know we will be having a show in Spanish that's going to launch very, very soon for everybody who listens to us in Spanish. And we haven't done much content in English, but again, we're back. We're still doing our parlays. We're still doing our Instagram and social media. I just wanted to check in back here. Obviously, the race in Major League Baseball, it is one that is wild. Okay, a couple teams have been obviously decided, like the Dodgers, but there's a couple of storylines that that you're looking at. For example, number one, I don't believe that the Yankees lose the division. Toronto has fallen back to 5.5 games. Tampa's 6 out. I don't think they catch them. So I got New York still sticking to the East. In the American League Central, one that for locally it is a huge story. Cleveland is 3.5 games up still on the Chicago White Sox. But again, mathematically, they are still in the race. They have a lot of head-to-head coming up. The White Sox are still in it. Regardless of what everybody says and what the analytics say, they can get hot. They beat the head-to-head. They could have a chance. Again, it's not mathematically impossible. And something that's interesting, they're only 6 games back in the wild card, 5 games back, if I am not mistaken. Let me double check on that here in the stats. Which they were as far as back as 8 games at one point, which I didn't think that they had a chance to catch up. And the White Sox are 5 games right now out of the wild card with a record of 76 and 71. Again, the team in front of them is the Baltimore Orioles at 4 games behind Seattle. But again, if you get hot and you keep winning and you get focus on the division, you might end up winning with a consolation prize. So Cleveland and the Sox are definitely going to be, one of them two is going to be the divisional winner. I do not see the Twins going anywhere. The Twins are long gone. They're 6 games out. They basically got manhandled completely by the Guardians. They're gone. The Astros will be representing the West. A very good team. Right now, the watch on those guys is Justin Verlander and his quest for his Cy Young. So we'll be keeping a close eye on the West more for the Astros and what Verlander does. But again, a very good team. Dusty Baker with another chance to potentially win a ring. Obviously, Seattle, we just said, they are leading the last spot in the wild card by 4 games, with Baltimore and the Sox trailing them. Again, Baltimore, a great story, regardless of what we think and how they finish. A team that we did not see even competing, being in the race. But Seattle, another chance to go into the postseason, something that doesn't happen very often in those neck of the woods. In the National League, there's 2 races that are very interesting, the Mets and the Braves, of who takes the division. One of those 2 teams will either going to be a wild card or going to win the division. It's a 1-game difference right now. And then the Philadelphia and the Brewer race for the wild card. 2-game difference. Phillies and Brewers are definitely battling it out. The Cardinals have already won the Central. The Dodgers have already won the West. But that battle there for that last spot, it is very, very interesting between those 2 teams. Teams that they're not getting mentioned a lot in the races as we talk. The Phillies and the Phillies are up 2 games on the Brewers, and San Diego is only 0.5 games out, okay, of securing that spot. So once they do that, they will also be at 2 games. So again, this wild card race, it is getting crazy. Let us know who you pick. I know that we've shared our picks in the past of who we got in the bets. By the end of the show, I will be sharing a little quick parlay for today and on who we're going to pick. But then circling back, obviously, Tony La Russa is not back from managing. Not going to touch on that topic too much. Really don't see the point of it at this point. We already know what's going on. Again, baseball being played, NFL being back. Baseball kind of takes a back seat, but not in this household. We are going to talk baseball as much as possible here in being in Guillens World. So going and looking at it, the storylines is Aaron Judge. Will he hit the home runs? I think so. I think that he will carry it. He'll hit the home runs. Great moment for baseball, great celebration. But then it comes into the epic question, one that I want to leave you with, one that I will not make a decision with today, of who is the American League MVP. What does it mean to be a most valuable player? Ohtani obviously does it in pitching and hitting. We've seen guys by the rankings of CC Sabathia praise Ohtani. We've seen ex-players talk about how he is possibly the greatest player of all time. And then we have people in the media saying that that Ohtani does not deserve the MVP, that Aaron Judge is the MVP. He is having flirting with the Triple Crown. It's going to be a hard decision regardless of what we think or what will happen. I think one of the hardest decisions in past years on who will be the most valuable player. And then and then the Cy Young. We got somebody here locally in Chicago, a dear friend of ours, of the Guillén family. Dylan C is going for the Cy Young. He actually became the favorite in the sports books, Dylan, to win it, which would be amazing. And Justin Verlander is back from his injury, and the one that is going to give him the best run. And when I say best run is those types of awards, when you've won them in the past, it's easier for you to win. Okay, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt, and they're definitely going to be is going to be a team that whoever ends up going the furthest. And again, C's could win it and Sox miss the playoffs, and vice versa. So definitely going to be a close eye on that one. And see who the Cy Young is, something that definitely can change your career for forever. And that's something that that you have to definitely take into consideration in going there. Tonight's games, we got Houston versus Tampa. That's a hard one. I got to see the line on that game, but I don't think we're going to go with that one. That one's a little tough. Both teams, one team's in it already. The other team's trying to get in. I don't think we should go with those. Then we got Baltimore and Detroit. I'm going to go with Baltimore. We're going to take Baltimore as pick number 1 on the parlay. Then I'm going to go Atlanta. They're playing Washington, so I'm going to go with them. And then there's a very interesting game here, one that could be a huge deciding factor, and that is the Mets versus the Brewers. Matt Scherzer versus Corbin Burnes, and I'm going with the Brewers. So there you have it, people. Baltimore, Atlanta, and the Brewers. See you guys tomorrow. Talk a little bit more of baseball. Send me the questions. What do you guys want to talk about? We're going to just try to do this morning coffee thing. Check in at some point in the day. Share my thoughts. Share, obviously, who we're picking for the day. But that's where we're playing it. We're playing at Baltimore, Atlanta, and the Brewers. I got to run it through the app and see what the odds are. But those are where I'm taking. I'm taking those 3 teams for the day today. I also probably like Arizona. It's a 10:10 Eastern time game. I might take Arizona as the underdog straight up against the Dodgers. I really think that the Dodgers have won a lot of games. Arizona is playing every game like they just want to do something great. So as we're doing this show, Cleveland is up 8-4 on the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland, man, what a team. But check us out tomorrow, and we will see you soon here on Guillens World.